Okay, we have to find the value of V, where they told us the total distance travel is 1.5 kilometer. Now let's inspect the unit in the question first. So in this part B, they are talking about seconds, right? So I'm very sure the unit here for the time is second, therefore the unit of the speed or the velocity is going to be meter per second. So that's an indication that you have to change the 1.5 kilometer into meter, which will give us 1500 meter. Now the distance is exactly the area under the curve. So how do you find the area under the curve? So if you want to see this as a triangle and a triangle, a big rectangle, yeah, you can do that. Or if you want to see this as a trapezium and see this as a trapezium, you can also do that. You can pause the video and then you try to write the expression for the area the way you like first. So I am going to take it as 2 trapezium. So my A value here is 60, my B value here is V, and my height is 20. So half 60 plus V 20 plus for the next one, I can see that this is my A, which is 40. How do I get that? 60 minus the 20. And then what is my B value? It is 60. 80 minus the 20. And what is my height? My height is exactly the V. So that will give me this expression. Now we can start solving. So what happens when I solve? So this 2 gets chopped off here, 10. So 10, so that is 600 plus 10V, and this whole thing is a 100 plus 50V. Solving this will give us V as 90 divided by 6, which is 15 meter per second. The part B wants us to find the rate of deceleration after 10 seconds. Why do they say after 10 seconds? Does it matter or we can just ignore it? Okay, let's check. So where is after 10 seconds? Here. Okay, this is my 10. So let's go up. So now they are asking us to focus on this. They want the deceleration here. What is the meaning of deceleration? It is actually acceleration with a negative. Okay, you will have a negative value. How do I know it's going to be negative? You look at this. Acceleration or deceleration, they are indicating the gradient or the steepness of the line. And I know that this steepness is definitely going to be negative because it's going down. Am I right? So I know that my A value will be negative or something. You need to find what is the rise and the run. And then you can find the deceleration. Now, does it matter? Let's say if I say acceleration from time 10 to 20. It's definitely going to be equals to acceleration from time 0 to 10 or acceleration time 0 to 20. Why is this concept works? Because we know that the steepness or the slope throughout the line, it's always the same. Is equal. So if you want to follow the question and then only get the acceleration from 10 to 20 seconds, you can do that. Now we look at the options. So what is my rise? Where is my rise? So this part is my rise and this part is my run. My run is quite simple, which is 10. What is my rise? I am not so sure of this value. Without this value, you can't solve it, right? You know that V is 15. How will you find this value over here? Can we use the midpoint concept? Of course, yes, because you have 0 to 20 and the 10 is in the middle. So let's get the point. So what is the point here now? This is time 0, speed 60. And this point here is 20, 15. Right? So what is the middle point between 0 and 20? It's 10. And the 10 is what being asked now, 10. When the time is 10 seconds, you want to know the V value. So if you want to get the V value, all you have to do is just find the midpoint from 60 to 15. So what is the middle point for 60 and 15? Do this, 60 plus by 15 divide by 2. What is 75 divided by 2? 37.5 meter per second. When does this happen? When the time is equal to 10 seconds. Right? Okay, so let's write, I am looking for deceleration, but I want to find the gradient first. Let me just write it as gradient. I know that the steepness of the line is negative, so I'll put a negative first for the direction that I see. Then I need to find the rise and the run. And what is my rise now? My rise is 37.5 minus 15. And what is my run? 20 minus 10. And that is going to give me 22.5 divided by 10, which is negative 2.25 meter per second square. When you are finding for gradient, it is actually acceleration. But now question wants deceleration. So when you are writing deceleration, please omit the negative sign. That will give you your final answer as 2.25 meter per second square. See, this one is a little lengthy. Why? Because we have to find the V when the time is equals to 10 seconds. So it's tedious. How do I do this question fast? I can just use this concept. Instead of finding this, like what we did now, why don't we just do this? Why? Because the slope throughout the line is equal, which is much easier. And how do we do that? Where is your rise? This one. And where is your run? This part. It's going to be much easier. Find the acceleration or the gradient. Negative for the direction of the line, then we do rise over run. How much is my rise? 60 minus what is our V? 15. And then 20 minus by 0 minus 45 over 20. See, it's the same answer, minus 2.25. Later you convert to D. Okay, let's try another question now. 8. In this question, they are saying that the total distance travel is 1.4 kilometer. And they are saying the acceleration is 4 meter per second square. Check out the unit first. They are not the same. So, of course, I want to convert the kilometer to meter, 1400 meter. Done. Where is the acceleration? For the first t seconds. So, where is the first t second? This one. So, how do you get the acceleration? It's exactly your gradient value. What will you do? You will do rise over run. So, let's write an expression. Acceleration is for, which is V divided by t. From here, you can rearrange in order to get V as 4 times by t. Okay, let's read and find out what we want. We want to find the value of the V. And what information is given? The total distance travel. Total distance travel is exactly area below the curve. So, 1400 meter is area below the curve. If you want, you can do triangle plus by the rectangle, or you can directly use the trapezium. Okay, let's try using the triangle and the rectangle for this example. So, T, and then I get a V plus, the gap here is 3T, and the height here is V. So, that is 3TV. So, this is half TV plus 3TV, which is 3.5 TV 1400. You are looking for the value of the V, right? So, what I can do? I can take this and I can substitute. You can do whichever question first, either A or B. Now, since I made V as the subject, I have V as the subject, so I think I just want to find the T value first. So, what will I do? 3.5 T. I'll take my V and I substitute first, which is, see your V. What is your V? Your V is 4 T. Substitute. 14 T squared is 1400. T squared is equal to 100, and the T is square root of 100. You can't put a minus because time is always positive. Then second. So I know that if this is 10 second, the journey is for 40 second. Using this, you can immediately find the value of your A. So what is my A? My A is 4 times by 10, which is 40 second.